2 currently. So honestly, we thought it was going to be pretty, evenly matched, and we were proven right. It's been extremely evenly matched up to this point. I actually evenly matched 100% of the way.
Yeah, considering they've both won both their defenses, no one really doing anything like in terms of breaking the mold so far. But it is back to both of them being able to do whatever defensive sites they want. So that means we're going to see the first repeat of the defensive sites. So now both of them have an idea how the other one defends both of their sites. Although there may be 3 sites for Hat because they did defend an odd one first. But this is now the chance for the mold to be broken on attack. However, maybe they won't. Maybe they won't figure it out yet. But this is usually the kind of the turning point where teams start to get that edge, but sometimes it takes them all the way to match point before they figure it out.
Yeah, sometimes it does. Adjusting and adapting to what people do is the most difficult part about this game, I will always say. The one who is able to make the least amount of mistakes and identify what your opponent is doing the quickest will be the most successful, especially in an even matchup like this.
Well, we are going to see Hat doing actually, this is their 3rd bomb site now because they haven't done Ventilation Room and Workshop yet.
Right.
So they're going to give that a shot and see if maybe this will be FE's chance to win an attack round finally.
I like what they did, though, how they kind of snuck it in as the very first round. They probably won't go back to it again this game. So they
that's
caught
the way
them
you
off
do it,
guard.
though.
Yeah, you definitely prepare for it. Make sure you know who you're scrimming against so they're not giving the info to the other team and then catch them off guard like that. And I think that's how they got that early lead.
Attackers have
See if
discovered
they
the
can
location of the
successfully
bomb.
defend this ventilation room just like FE did the round prior.
But that's the thing, too. If you think you're a strong team, you can take that first round and use it as a serious scrim and test out your strategy.
Right.
See if it really holds up in a serious match. Because not everyone takes scrim seriously, but people are going to be taking this match seriously. So throwing that in there can be a really good way to test the waters and see if it's something that they want to do again later.
I definitely think they'll probably go back to the VOD and look at it because it was successful. So they're going to see, what they can improve on and things like that. So I'm always excited to see ingenuity, and I think that's one of the special things about us being able to see a team like Hat being underage. They're one of the few that are of the highest caliber, and so you're going to be seeing things from them that these other people aren't doing, just simply because they aren't in the same environment. So it's very exciting. They are just basically droning out security right now. They're going to push their way into that. It is a ventilation hold, so they're going to be trying to clear from top down, assumably. Blackbeard looked like he was going outside of that window, but he's going to repel up.
Hopefully they can, at least if they're going to play top, hopefully they can clear them out without getting constantly traded. That's always the weakness of this. I feel like for some reason, 5 against 3 up top here tends to favor the defenders. And even if it isn't just trades, it still ends up being like 1 or 2 attackers left.
Yeah, I have to agree. It just seems a little bit more attacker-sided. There's not a lot of other alternatives on this map for bomb size-wise to play because they're much worse. So that weakness is getting above. So if you can hold them out and just trade out evenly, good job by you. But we are 2 minutes and 15 seconds into this round. Flash is finally going down into this pillbox. They are holding it from half wall and lockers. The first Mira has been opened. See the Twitch, I'm not sure. I'm assuming the attackers opened that one intentionally.
Activating drone.
Bolo on Bandit just holding down this doorway from the armory locker half wall.
Drone active.
Blackbeard and Sledge right outside of the door. We're gonna see a slow peek. Pretty sure the drone spotted them out. They have 3 upstairs, and as you can see, Moss has pushed through. Moss has pushed all the way through into the archives and has an angle across.
Wow.
Wow, Trippin gets Benji as he jumps through into that front hallway. So Valkyrie's down. King Leo gets a kill on the Bolo, so Bolo's down. And just like you said, it's so difficult to hold this site. King Leo was down in the process, but he's going to get picked up right back. 45 seconds left, 5v3 in favor. It is 2-2 currently. Billboard does a good job though with the C4 from the underside against Trippin. Thermite's down, but he pretty much does what he needs to.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
Still going to be opening up that top. They have to get into site and get the bomb now with 25 seconds left. It is in favor. 4v3 for Ferocity. A gunfire going out between Weez and looks like Dave. Hyper getting the kill onto Moss.
15 seconds remaining.
They're gonna have to push in it. Oh no, he gets the
10
down and he
seconds
gets the kill. King Leo takes out Hyper, so it's now a 2v2 because Billboard trades right back
5
on to Dave.
seconds left.
They're getting the bomb down with 5 seconds left. They have one above. They don't even know that he's
Attackers
inside
are
and getting the bomb
activating the
down.
diffuser.
They're so confused. Billboard tries to push through the hole, but Santa takes him out with that Blackbeard. And looking from above is King Leo, and Wheeze goes down, and it's now 3-2, Ferocity.
There we go. The first attack win of the match.
Indeed.
So I mean, in some ways, that's another reason why I don't like the top-down attack. Is it's hard to get the bomb in there because you're so busy controlling the top. Like most of the time, you're going to be forced to drop through hatches unless you can push in through bathroom, and that leaves you in a situation where you're very low on time at that point. They managed to pull it off though. They were good at getting in quick, like the way you saw Moss, for example, getting into the archives, things like that. They were able to get those moves in, but they were still down to the last 5 seconds. And the only reason they got away with it is they were able to plant while the guys were distracted by the top. But that was definitely close. But I got to credit it to them for the first attack win so far on what is the secondary site, and not even winning on the third site.
Defenders, protect your bombs
So
from being defused
that is
by
a
attackers.
game changer in terms of pacing here. Now the tempo lead is in FE's favor. If they can just keep up the tit for tat, they automatically win this map.
Yeah, pretty much if they were able to secure the first attack around, if it defaults out the way it has been going on, like you said, it should go in favor of FE. But I am a fan of it being so close. These are the kind of matches that I, as a caster, live for.
Bomb located
Those
by
of you guys
attackers.
who don't know, we had to switch some things, so it is 3-2 in favor of Ferocity right now on map 1. Of course, it's a best of 3. We are
10
in
seconds
week
to go.
day 5. Both of these teams
5
2-0
seconds to go.
undefeated. Hack coming in as number 1. Ferocity coming in as number 4.
Attackers recovered the
We're
bomb
going to see them
diffuser.
trying this
Attackers are
Montaigne
heading
strat
out
again,
to
or
defuse the
Montaigne, whatever.
Bringing in the Montagny.
Yeah, Montaigne. So we'll see if they can pull that off this time.
They are putting that Mira on this wall here on the armory side. A lot of people doing that nowadays, trying to
Attackers
play
have dropped the
through.
bomb diffuser. Attackers recovered the
And
diffuser.
that helps someone peek out the door if they want to go for like a door peek and try and catch people on that corner. But that's risky. In my opinion, you really have to have the quick flick and like the accuracy when you do the strafe to pull it off. But it does give you the ability to kind of adjust your timing when they're trying to a little distracted by the wall.
Time to move forward.
See, the last time they ended up winning this partially because they were able to smoke out Montaigne so easily.
2:15 left in this round. Not too much commotion just of yet, but they do have Montaigne, who has pushed, oddly enough, pushed down into the bathroom. I'm assuming they're using him like a drone to clear out the roamers.
I think he
Currently,
just
currently we're seeing Moss on roam as
Attackers
Valkyrie.
bomb
King
diffuser.
Leo gets the kill onto Benji. Benji still struggling so far in this league. And he gets taken down again. It's 5v4 in favor of Ferocity. Moss still doing his roam.
could be a big part of this here working.
Follow me.
Of course, as soon as we switch off of Moss, he's able to get the kill onto Wheeze. The Ferocity coming back, but at least they're able to get the trade right back. Hyper picking up Moss. He was on top of East Stairs, and he got him all the way through the hallway in front of that break door. So it's now brought back to one closer, but it's still 4v3 in favor of Ferocity. A minute and 20 left in this one. Montaine's still alive, Blackbeard's still alive, so they have a lot of their power, even though their numbers are down.
It's going to be much harder for Billboard to use this Montaigne effectively with just Hyper and Bolo left.
Just like that, Billboard is able to spot out that Mira, and I actually can't believe he hit a guy right there. He turned completely sideways.
We can push forward!
Mira escaping back into side, probably a good call by her. The diffuser is down, though, right in front of King Leo.
Definitely looking in favor of Ferocity here.
Griffin did fall through the hatch and is on roam now. Doing a late rotation.
Attackers
40
have
seconds
recovered
left
their
in this one.
diffuser.
Still 4v3. They're going to have to try to make some kind of forward progress here and get that bomb down. You talked about how early on in the seasons Montaigne would push this dome side, so they're going to have to do it again now and execute flawlessly.
Not looking great for him to do so far, but at least he's in there.
Polo does take out Dave, but Montaigne is able to take out King Leo, and it's now 3v2 in favor
Attackers
of
dropped
Hat,
the diffuser.
but tripping on that roam, that
10
late
seconds
rotate
left.
we talked about,
A
able
bomb
to
has
take
been
out
located.
Blackbeard. Montaigne pushing through, Santa doing a
5
fantastic
seconds
job
remaining.
catching a sliver of his shoulder. He's gonna have to get this bomb down or get both frags. He's pushing through, and right at the end, no!
Operator,
He's able
you
to
are out of
last
time.
through it. The defenders win it. I cannot believe that went down like that. He should have just stuck the plant.
It's unfortunate. I think he was just hoping he could win the gunfight.
I mean, at that point, you know, I understand if you don't have the bomb, why you would go for the frags, but you have the bomb, you at least have the indestructible bomb itself, so you can just put that diffuser down and try to at least, I mean, you have no other choice. You're not going to kill both of those people. If they're smart enough, they're going to be hidden.
Yeah.
So a little misplay by him, but at the same time, he might have just ran in on him. But it is currently 4-2 now in favor of Ferocity.
And so this is what I was saying now. Both, you know, they won their defensive round again. Now, if Hat continues the trend of winning their defensive round, it's still going to be match point 4-3. And then they'll still be, Ferocity will still be at a strong advantage because all they've got to do is win their next defensive round. And then that's it. They take it to map 5-3.
It's like a strategical game of chess or a brutal game of battleship. Because sometimes it's luck and sometimes it's preparation. It looks like a lot of preparation going in for Ferocity.
Attackers have discovered the location of a bomb.
We have been scrimming them a lot lately, and it's been interesting to see because they have improved a lot, I would say, over the last 2 weeks as a team after getting those 2 new players. So a good job by them to make the adjustments they need to and come together as a team and not just a bunch of individual slayers.
I think the fact that they're having to prep to go into Pro League kind of puts a little bit of fire into their butts so they're getting together too.
Yeah, it's a little bit more. You know, you got that $100,000 staring in your face. Definitely exciting. Hopefully we can get there someday, and I do believe we will.
I think there might have been even some prize money for Challenger League, so hopefully that helped motivate them as well.
Yeah, I believe Challenger League was $5K. Of course, the big difference is they can't have the underagers, which I would love to see Hat play all these guys like we are right now. I think that they give them, you know, a new outlook on things, being a fresher team. At least
well, it just gives us something exclusive for CCS.
Absolutely, exclusively on CCS. Hat, Honor Among Thieves, brought to you by, and then we would have a sponsor, but we don't. But it's okay.
It's your sponsor here.
40 seconds into this round, not too much action. Of course, they are going to be taking control of that security side. Moss doing the same thing he did last time, entering that lower waiting room lobby. He does have a drone with him, the drone up these stairs, so I like the use of pushing with that. He's being aggressive, but it's still very calculated. Looks like Sledge has pushed his way over there into the security, so they do have control of that with a minute down. So a nice pace set by them. No kills currently. Very aggressive on Moss.
Definitely what he's good at.
Drone activated.
Yeah, he's always good on that aggressive. Right now, Bolo has the sideline on to King Leo. He knows he's on the other side of that mirror. They're doing a good job. They have pushed that man back, so they're going to be able to get that wall open for free. A little free grenade. He made a hole and he tried to throw it in there. He doesn't quite get it, but there is one sitting on half wall. I believe that's Bolo. Looks like it's Smoke sitting on half wall, and he still has 2 of his charges, so he's done good so far. A minute and 15 remaining. Still no frags coming out. Bolo the only one taking any damage. And just like that, King Leo finishes him off, and Bolo's gone, and Hyper's gone, and that's 2 for them. Moss is the kill onto him. Ash shooting underneath, so Smoke is going to have to run outside, and just like that, he forces him into King Leo's sides. He takes him out. Dave on the backside takes out Weez, and now it's all on to Mira. They're going to push in the side and get a free bomb plan because they slayed everyone. Billboard, though, very efficient with that. Vector gets 1 kill onto Dave. He's going to slowly in here, but not much he can do. Getting shot from the backside, getting shot from the front side, and that's 5-2 in favor of Ferocity, and they win. GG's all around. Not as close as I may have anticipated, but still fairly back and forth throughout.
Well, I liked seeing Ferocity figured out what they were doing. I mean, not that the all the previous or the first 4 rounds weren't scrappy fights. It was, you know, it was a lot of times down to, you know, 2 or 3 people left at most. It was never like a 5v1 situation. More, I mean, that except for that last round, I guess that was a lot more like that. Yeah. But overall, it was definitely a bit more balanced in the beginning. But then once Ferocity figured out what they were doing, tipped it more in their balance or more in their favor. Bounce that definitely went their way, and I like to see that. You know, 5-2, that's good. I mean, because I feel like this next map could be Hat's map. I mean, I think they picked it, but I mean, like, could be a map that favors them. Right, so you know, that just sends us potentially to map 3, and that's a good balance back and forth. Although you never know, we could see a big upset. We could see Ferocity really come strong on Oregon. Obviously, they had to play it a lot during Challenger League as well, so should hopefully be prepared for it, but we've seen a lot of Hat playing it also, so
All right, so we're going to go ahead and take a short break while we get these players back into this lobby on the remake. Things are going good so far. But thanks everyone for sticking around. I know we had some small problems, but hopefully we got that resolved, and we'll be back right after this. Thank you.
Out in your defense, you never had a chance, and so tell me straight, I won't go. This is our time now, I'm sure. Make no mistake that we are closer than we're far. Embrace for impact, you fight your fears fire. Embrace for impact, I'm the future's engineer, and baby I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, and baby I'm here, I'm here. Baby, I'm here. Baby, I'm here. Baby, I'm here. I've got a question, if you'd hear me out in your defense, you never had a chance, and so tell me straight, I won't go. This is our time now, I'm sure. Make no mistake that we are closer than we're far. Embrace for impact, you fight your fears fire. Embrace for impact.
All right. We are bringing it back to you on the second map in the final round of this night. Currently, Ferocity is up 1-0. They took Border 5-2 and over Hat. And do you think we're going to see anything different on Oregon? Like you said, I know you think that this might be where they need to bring it back, but do you think that Honor Among Thieves is going to be able to bring it back after taking such a heavy loss?
I do think there's a good chance that. I mean, this is a map that they've been playing on consistently, regularly. I mean, the last, 2 weeks or so?
Yeah, pretty much.
But then again, you know, it hasn't been against FE yet. So it is hard to say. I mean, I thought that was going to go a little more balanced that last map, and it didn't. It did at first and then swung pretty heavily towards Ferocity. So this map could be the same way. We could see a little bit of tit for tat at the beginning, and then it swinging to either Hat or Ferocity for a couple rounds once they kind of figure out the defenses. I don't think we're going to see Tower or Kitchen unless Hat want to bring out something really crazy here. So it is probably just going to be 2 bomb spots. We're probably not going to see a third one like last map.
Seeing the Montang brought out again by Hat, so obviously they love the use of that Montang. We do have a Mira on defense. It is Kid's dorm
Attackers
currently.
need to locate and defuse bombs.
So we'll be seeing where she puts those Miras at.
Montang's an interesting one to bring on here.
Gotta assume she's gonna go ahead and Mira this wall right here. Otherwise, I'm not sure why you would reinforce.
Yeah.
And actually, see, if you look at what they just did in this hole they made, you have to be careful of that hole particularly, because from this weird window right here, Black Player can see all the way in, so you kind of force yourself to stay on this side. I guess if you're playing for the retake, you're not going to put anyone in there, but it's still a very dangerous hole to open up, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm a bigger
10
fan of
seconds
like different setups where they even put the window on there at crouching height or something and open up the top above it, or there's some better, I think, some better variations on how you set up defense for that room.
And maybe we're wrong. We'll definitely see how it goes into play. Jaeger currently in the back of tower, and this round is now officially underway. We are 1-0 in favor on this series for Ferocity eSports. Ferocity just recently qualified for the Pro League. Congratulations to them. Ooh, and some early damage. And look, Hyper has already been downed, it looks like.
Not good for them.
Not quite down, but he's all the way down to literally 1 health. I believe that was King Leo. Ooh, and right as he looks away, he would have had a pick onto that, and he takes a tremendous amount of damage. Unfortunately, you can fall from there safely, but there is a glitch sometimes that takes all of your damage out, and that happened to him. They don't have a dock, so he's going to be stuck. And he gets down as he drops into the hatch to meeting. He was trying to push through. Moss is going to be able to pick him up. Somehow it looks like on the backside. No, they're just going to go ahead and reset Hyper. Moss taking his time though and being very careful to make sure that he can safely get this pickup and not cost them 2 lives as opposed to just 1. It has been a minute into this round and they're finally going to pick it up. And just like that, we're all leveled out. It was a little bit of an advantage. 1 gets down, 1 gets reset, 1 gets down, 1 gets reset. Ready. Honestly, a fairly slow-paced round currently for the attackers.
That definitely works in defender's favor here, though.
Absolutely. You know, the defender's job is basically to eat as much time as you can and force them to funnel into the few areas that they have to get into sight, as opposed to getting them early picks and making it easier to get into sight. Buck has made his way into Attic, and he has a peek, but like we said, they have this interesting Mira. It is at crouch level, but it is completely reinforced, so obviously their reasoning behind opening this is so they can jiggle peek it. Not a bad idea, actually. Excuse me. Ooh, Habana is able to get the charges off, but it's unfortunate that Bolo gets punished for it, because now he's down. So no more Buck, but again, they did get the Habana charge off, so that window is going to be taken over. They're no longer going to be able to play that spot, and it's going to make it a lot harder. And unfortunately, the Habana glitched, so it's not going to open.
Oh, man. All that sacrifice.
Knock, knock.
All that sacrifice is
Camera activated.
a glitch, but I don't see them calling for a rehost, so we're just going to have to go ahead and play through it. That Habana charge does go off successfully, and they now have a line of sight into that small dorm area. Montang is in a hallway. 22 seconds left. They're going to have to get a plant off.
Special charge. Stay clear.
Thermite's there, though, and he's able to get the wall open. And C4 on the backside doesn't quite get him, and in the midst,
10
Moss gets a
seconds
kill
remaining.
on the Hyper. It's 5v3. Weeze gets one on the Trippin, but King Leo gets one on the
5
Vinci.
seconds to go.
It's now 4v2, but it's
Has been
3v1.
dropped.
Weeze gets Dave, King Leo gets Weeze, Moss gets Billboard, and that round goes over to FE.
That was definitely a good round for FE. I feel like it got a little scrappy at the end there, as those fights tend to, as people start getting desperate. But I thought it was a pretty overall solid defense from Ferocity. Yeah, King Leo got glitched a little bit and had to get reset, leaving a nice long blood trail in Meeting Hall. But he did pull it off. He got out of there, doing his job, getting almost that early pick. But it definitely set them back and set back their pace. And you saw their slow pace after that, giving enough time for King Leo to get picked up. And then overall just winning that defense. Again, I'm not sure that was the best defensive setup, but thanks to the glitch on the X-Kairos, it worked out okay.
Yeah, definitely lucked out on that one. I think it would have been different, and that's very unfortunate for them.
Even so, though, it was a nice kill on
Attackers
Bolo
need to
when they were
locate
trying to
and
get that
defuse
off.
as many bombs as they can.
All right, let's see what they're going to do onto this defense. Going to just go ahead and see what Mira does.
I've reinforced the wall.
Far he's showing strong. But then again, we saw 4 defensive wins in a row last map too, so you could see the Hat guys winning this one. But they are going to go for a different bomb site.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty standard hold, and it has opened up a lot of different options within
10
there. I
seconds
keep
left
saying it
before
on all the
insertion.
streams when we see Oregon, because we see it so frequently. That Mira, this is one of the
5
maps that
seconds
Mira
left.
has completely changed how it's able to be played. I think that the way you
Attackers
attack
have recovered their
it and
diffuser.
defend it is
Attackers are
necessarily
moving out
any
to locate a
different,
bomb.
but she has changed the flow of how you can effectively do the same thing. It looks like a meeting hold.
I'm not necessarily a big fan of meeting holds. I feel like you sacrifice a lot of defenders upstairs to do that. But it's a situation where if they can't be used all 5 effectively downstairs, it does give them some chance to contest a little bit better upstairs. I think it's a little bit better than a kitchen hold attempt, because those really don't work very well.
Right. And normally you'll see is paired, and they normally pair this with some kind of attic hold, but they're just going to go ahead and okay, they are going to hold it, but they're not going to deny it with banner, which is what you usually see. But this is a standard spot. You pretty much see everyone. If you're going to hold that meeting, you have to hold upstairs. A little bit of a gun exchange going back and forth between Bolo and King Leo. A little bit of damage gone down to both, but not much. They do have control of that kitchen, and they are slowly pushing toward the front lobby. Only a minute into this round, round 2, 1-0 in favor of FE. FE is up 1-0 in the series. Someone's going to come out with a loss today, Emzo.
Yeah.
Attackers have
It's
located
going
a
to be a hell of
bomb.
a fight until then. The question is going to be 3 maps.
The question is definitely, will it go all the way? Will Hat be able to bring it back on their map choice? A minute and 38 remaining. It looks like Trippin on Habana has pushed his way all the way down onto that. He's able to get the first smoke off, but it does not catch him whatsoever. Let him throw the second one down. It gets on the front side, and that one doesn't get him either. They're going to get the free bomb down, but no. Billboard gets a C4, but it's too late. The bomb has already been planted. Smoke pushing
Attackers
all the
need
way
to
through
protect
very
the diffuser.
aggressively. Shanty gets the kill on the
Compromise.
Hyper, but a good heads up from my bench to push forward. You're going to see another exchange, and he's able to get the double down, so they trade back and forth. And Bolo, though, he gets a kill on the Moss, and they're able to get upstairs and get the flank. And this round's going to go over to Hat, and I thought FE was going to get that one. A fantastic job of turning it around and picking up the single kills they needed to.
I think they got a little overconfident once that C4 kill wasn't enough to stop the plant, but they just did not expect such a heavy flank. And that was nicely done, and that is, again, another defensive round 1. So are we going to see another one? But the nice thing is when it starts with defensive wins, I prefer those over attack wins because it means we have to see the site swap.
Right.
So that means now we're going to see laundry room from FE and then dorms from Hat. So, I mean, unless Hat want to get crazy and play somewhere else. But
They really
it
could. I
you know,
mean,
it shows.
I know that they
Yeah.
have personally tried out Kitchen, and I've seen them also run a tower before. Maybe it was just
Defenders, protect
to
your
see if
bombs
it
from
would
being
work,
defused
but
by
after seeing
attackers.
them go tell us office, I'm not writing off anything for this team. at this point.
No, and we'll see next round what they decide to do. Even if they don't do it right away, they could go for third site.
Right, currently we do have FE on defense, though. They're going to be holding laundry. Now let's see what kind of setup they're going to do if they opt for a meeting hold like most people are going for now, or if they do something a little different, maybe a traditional roam of some sort. have opened up one hatch, so it looks
10
like they're going
seconds
to
left
allow for
before
a
insertion.
rotate of some kind.
5 seconds to go.
Reinforcing the floor.
Instead of Monster sitting there like that, imagine he just trying to count the drones. But is he going to play upstairs on that Roma is what I wonder.
I guess we'll see. We are 15 seconds into this first round. They're still kind of setting up here in this meeting. They're going to hold it, but not sure how they're going to hold it. They have opened up on this side back here. Looks like an intentional opening. So I think they're pairing the outside camera to try to play this a little bit more aggressively. See if King Lego can actually do a good job and put this in enough time and maybe even get the hits needed. Earlier when we were watching Paradox this game, Mayhem was doing a pretty effective job of holding his position in the same spot that we saw before from Billboard. All they did was send someone else, but they're able to get him out of that spot. And I really love the ingenuity by Hat to know that spot specifically to be able to get that pickup.
Nicely done.
Polo
He's not dead yet?
Get the kill. Polo gets the second kill. That's a double headshot for him. So he's going through this round 5v3 in favor of Hat currently. 140 left in this round, round 3, all tied up 1-1. They do
Rip
have
the
B
roamers.
control. Yeah, rip the roamers. They are no more. Right, just going to use that breaching round and get that final hatch open. It allows you to cut off anyone who's playing this hallway. Try to stop the stack push.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
He's going in.
Now they're definitely taking control of the backside of the site via the meeting hall and the tower.
Looks like they're going to utilize the power of Montang to push down the backside. You don't see a lot of teams
Attackers
pushing
have
down the
located a
backside of
bomb.
the stairs. But I suppose with Montang it does make it possible.
Going frag.
A good grenade coming down from Bolo, and he gets a down on the Billboard, finishes him up at a technical triple kill for Bolo this round. They have made their way inside Electric Root. A good C4 coming through from Santa. Billboard's down, so no more Montang, but it is still a 4v2 in favor of Hat. 40 seconds left in this round. He's gonna prime another nade. He knows he's there. I'm pretty sure they got rid of the ADSs. The nade's not quite gonna hit him, but he's still able to kill him. A quadra kill technically for Bolo, and if we're gonna be honest, a pentakill because he just took out Benji. They are able to get the bomb down. The last one's manning. He's gonna push in from the backside. And Bolo gets the unofficial ace. He got the down onto the guy inside, but Billboard finished him out. So fantastic individual play by him and good team execution on that run. And I believe it is now 2-1 in favor of Hat.
I would consider that even a 6K from Bolo. He was just going so ham. Even his own teammates were just cannon fodder at that point. That was definitely Bolo's round. I mean, he pretty much single-handedly won that. Again, though, the team does matter in him being able to actually push like that and be able to get those kills.
Right.
Man, that was a hell of a match for him, or a round for him.
It was pretty fantastic, and honestly, I love seeing it. It's always fun to watch that because it's not like the FE is a slouch of a team, so to be able to do something like that against a team of this caliber is always very
Attackers
impressive
need
to
to
see,
locate and defuse
which is
as
why
many
everyone
bombs
kind of
as they
calls
can.
him Nutty. And now you know why.
And now it is that was the first attack win. And that was from Hat there. So now they have the tempo advantage. And they're going to be going on their second defense here. So they're going to be first time defending upstairs. We'll see how they set it up. If they set it up a bit differently than what we saw. You know, we were talking about defensive setup to defend the small dorms there, the small bunk bedroom. The question is, will they be doing something similar, or are they going to go for a different hold? They're actually setting up a lot for the kitchen. Perhaps they'll try and hold that with the pulse from Hyper, which is something we've seen a lot.
Yeah, you do see Pulse
5
holding
seconds
this
remaining.
kitchen quite frequently. Normally, you'll try to pair it with maybe a castle, so
Attackers
you're not
recovered the bomb
as
diffuser.
vulnerable from
Attackers
these
are
doorways.
moving out to
But they're
locate a bomb
obviously
and
going
defuse
to be
it.
playing this at some point. They left it open Bolo on the roam. Everything else pretty standard hold upstairs. Trying to see where he has put his final mira. Found it. Looks like it's right here on this kid's wall, and I believe Pulse is all the way down in the basement. Looking to give that intel. Can't really see for any of those floors, but you can see anyone and give all kinds of information. So a good placement for them. They now just like I said, saw him at the front door, so he's telling him that there's someone front door.
Nice. Watch for the
Not really a lot going on, though.
drone spinning up.
Yeah, they're really gonna just figuring out how they want to attack this, but at least Moss is getting kind of close. Trying to
Yeah,
make some
Moss
progress
made
here.
his way. They have armory control. Habana is going to open up a hole down this hallway to eliminate anyone's ability to rotate. Blackbeard, though, sitting down inside of this garage still.
Loading mag.
So they are anticipating the roam.
Lights out.
Bolo playing very cautiously, laying down in the kitchen, just kind of holding a nice cheeky angle into the doorway. Doesn't really have to peek as long as they're not pushing the bomb site. But just like that, Moss gets the pickup on the Hyper. So Ash takes out Pulse. He was trying to flank from underneath in the basement. He got denied. A minute and 30 left, 5v4 in favor of Ferocity.
This could be their attack round.
He's still playing inside the big tower. They're not even really going for it, though. Gotta assume they're gonna be going for this master take.
Yeah, usually you want to take take out Hyper down there just to be able to push the kids, but they're definitely going for this master take instead.
Good job taking out that camera right there that was
By
letting them
attackers.
know what was going on. A
Activating
minute
drone.
left in the round, and they do have
Attackers
control of
dropped
the
the
master
diffuser.
and the armory. Moss gets the kill onto Bolo, so it's a 5v3 with only 50 seconds left. He's able to spot him on top of that white stairs, but I'm not sure if it matters. We have one of our smoke grenades coming out, and I guess it's the second one. Moss gets down in the process on the back end. So he was down inside of Classroom. King Leo gets the kill onto Benji with a grenade. A nice toss by
Attackers located
him.
a bomb.
King Leo
Attackers
getting
recovered
another
the
kill.
diffuser.
That's 2 for him. That's the double kill. Weeze able to take out Santa. Weeze with the double kill on the bottom side. It's 3v1, but there is still a little bit of a chance for him to clutch this. They are going to get the
Attackers are
bomb down,
activating the
though.
bomb diffuser.
They have Sledge, Habana, and Thatcher left. He goes for the C4. He's probably going to get... That's a triple kill for him. So he's brought the odds back. It was a 5v1, and now it's a 2v1. Let's see if he can do it.
They need to play for time on this diffuser here, not try and contest him.
And they're doing a lot of testing, like you said, and it's just backfiring. Very heads-up use of the C4, knowing the standard spot that they're going to sit in. He's not going to have any intel, and don't tell me he doesn't. That's a quadra kill. Can he clutch this round? He's looking for him. Checking the white stairs. He's finally running out of
Eyes on
time.
the
He
diffuser.
knows he has to go
Attackers
for
need
the
to protect
defusal. And Habana playing the sound well. A very valiant effort by Weeze. He was able to pick up the quadra kill, but not quite enough. So that round's going to go over to Ferocity to tie it up 2-2.
I wanted to see the ace clutch, but man, Weeze going ham there. That was a hell of an attempt. He deserves a gold star for that one. That was not an easy thing to play. Starting completely off site, too.
Yeah, he did a very good job. He was underneath. He got the flank. He got 1. He got 2. Got the C4, which honestly was the most impressive kill out of all of those. It's not like he had a pulse or any indication that he was there, maybe a little bit of sound, but he had to use his judgment for that one. So to get that kill, to get another one, which I didn't even expect to happen, not sure why he peeked him on the hallway, and I thought he was going to get it, but he just ran out of time and couldn't find the enemy. So that round ultimately went to FE, but still a back and forth battle like we saw. I'm pretty sure and on Border,
Attackers need to
the
locate
first
and
4
defuse
rounds
as many bombs
were
as they can.
2-2. So a repeat
Yep.
performance. Now we just have
Although-
to guess, will it be any different from this point, or will we see the same thing we saw before?
Well, the upside of what we've seen is last time it was the first 4 rounds were all defensive wins. This time it's been 2 defensive wins, 2 attack wins. So both teams have shown they have a stronger defensive site and a weaker defensive site. And so the question is, how that's going to play out mathematically, and if someone can win an attack or against the stronger defensive site, or someone can win a defense on their weaker bomb site, that will change the tempo, yet again. Although with the way we played that last round, that almost didn't go in their favor. So the question is, we do see change-ups, for example. We are seeing Weeze, for example, bringing out Capitao now that we didn't see last time. Which suggests to me that they're going to instead go for
Attackers are
a
moving out to
B-take.
locate a bomb and defuse it.
They're going to try and take, instead of a master take. That master didn't work out because they know they have all that setup on the master that we were talking about before. So instead you're going to use the Capitao to burn out whoever, probably tripping, that's going to be hanging out between those windows in the B site.
Right. Good adaptation because, like you said, they weren't able to get into that master. They are investing heavily into playing to allow them to have the side but play the retake. So the good heads-up play is to grab that Capitao, go for the kid's bedroom, The one thing that I'm noticing that they're not doing, though, is you normally want to make sure that you get control of the attic if you're going to be repelling onto this kid's window.
Yeah, you need to control the both towers, really. And that's something I mentioned during the Pro League thing that we were talking about. I was talking about Canadian a lot about a kid's take because we discussed that a lot. And that really comes down to controlling both towers as the attacker, because otherwise you risk being shot from behind a lot.
Yeah, I completely agree. You have to have control of that main tower primarily, get him out of the attic, and then you have to have control of the small tower to prevent the flank from happening. Because even though the bomb's going down in kids, it's a very powerful position to hold for both teams. So they have gotten control of that small tower, like we said. Bolo gets a kill on the Moss, though. Again, some big fragging coming out. He is on Ash this round. 1:35, 5v4 in favor of Hat. Currently 2-2.
Reloading.
See if Bolo can do more damage with such low health.
He has been brought pretty low at about 30%, but they are pushing this white stairs. You know, we called for that kid's take, and they are finally going for it. I don't think they ever got control of the attic, but it doesn't look like they're going to
Bomb
punish him
located
with
by
it.
attackers.
Maybe once they call, he's going to rotate. And just as I say that, he calls him on the window and rotates. Just peeks up a little bit. He gets the headshot onto him, but he gets killed from that roof. So Benji gets the kill, but they do eliminate the Capital, which is going to allow for a little bit more freedom in sight.
Attackers have recovered their
53
diffuser.
seconds remaining, but it's 4v3 still in favor of Hat. Smoke has all three of his remote gas grenades currently.
I hope they realize that they've killed the Capital now that they have that advantage, because none of the attackers have any grenades to try and get him out of that site. If Rook can just sit between the windows.
Rook just plays time and sits
Attackers have
patiently
located a
between
bomb.
those windows. And other than repelling in and getting a lucky pick, there's absolutely nothing they can do. They do have the Ash. It looks like she has one Ash rush, so they could opt to go underneath.
Oh, there you go.
That could be their one alternative, but it's 20 seconds left. And right as he goes for the C4, Bolo is able to figure it out and take him down. So he gets one, he gets 2.
Seconds to go.
But he gets the trade right back, so Dave takes out Bolo, Dave takes out Billboard, Hyper takes out Dave, and that round goes over to Hat, and it's 3-2 in their favor again on this second map.
That was definitely close there, though. I thought there was a good chance that FE was going to be able to pull that off. But hey, it was a good attack from multiple sides from Hat. They didn't just limit it entirely to attacking the kid side, and obviously that's why it worked, because attacking the kid side itself wasn't doing any good for them.
Yeah, a good heads up by play by them, and again, I'll use that pun. Hats off to them for making the adaptation that they needed to, knowing how heavily they were investing into that master bedroom hold. So I really like the adaptation. You know, this is 2 juggernauts of the league, probably 2 of the top 4 teams going at it right here, and we're seeing why kind of just back and forth and back and forth. When we saw the first map, it went from 2-2 to 3-2 to 4-2 to 5-2 for FE, and it looks like the pace on this one is going to go over to Hat. So let's see if they can repeat that trend and take us to map 3. We are holding Laundry currently, so we're going to be seeing pretty much the same setup we saw from these guys last time. Looking to play that.
This was their better bomb site defense. So the question is if Ferocity can attack this successfully or not. If they can't, and then Hat's able to win again, that's going to put them with the advantage on match point. And we'll see something probably similar to what we saw in Border, but just for the flip side, the other team.
Right.
Attackers recovered the bomb diffuser.
They have
Attackers'
reinforced
objective
this
is to
attic
locate a
once
bomb and
again.
defuse
This
it.
time they made some holes from underneath to try to prevent them from coming in. I remember last time I saw the people playing this map, I can't remember exactly which teams it was, but they did the exact same thing. They were holding for meeting. They put that hole right above the small stage, and they would play for the entry into the attic and not necessarily play the attic. So definitely a nice, once again, doing some adaptation and changing things up to catch them off guard. Ooh, and Moss pushes in and catches Bolo. We don't see it from his perspective, but we see him smash the ant. Pulls out his magnifying lens and zaps him to death.
That's going to be a big deal.
Yeah, going to be a big deal indeed, because that's their heavy fragger. If you look at it, Bolo has 8, Weeze has 7, so these two are doing a phenomenal job for their team currently. But this round's favor is for Ferocity. King Leo getting a pick on a Hyper on the backside. Sledge taken down very low, but he still gets the kill, so Valkyrie is also down. Ash pushing into kitchen and opening up that wall that they didn't reinforce. One breaching charge down, going to re-drone. Looks like Blackbeard is pushing from this front lobby. King Leo with a double kill is able to get Weeze. gonna push down the back stairs. Moss is able to pick up Billboard. It's all on Benji now, 5v1, and pretty much a slaughter.
Attackers have located a bomb. Attackers dropped the
Poor
diffuser.
Benji.
Attackers have recovered their diffuser.
All alone down in the basement.
Drone's ready.
It's just, I don't even know. I can't even comment. I'm sorry, Benji. That's what I'm gonna say. I am sorry, Benji. You got left alone and
so
you got
bad.
fragged.
So bad.
But
That was
yeah.
them winning against the better bomb site though for Hat. So that does turn around. Same with Hat winning the attack against Ferocity's better bomb site. So both of them have figured out now how to successfully attack both bomb sites, but they haven't figured out how to defend both bomb sites.
Right.
So we'll see if that goes back and forth or if this is just going to go overtime just off of attack rounds now.
Wonder what's going to happen on this one. We're going to see another laundry hold for Effie. Let's see if they can hold this one out. Pat was just
Attackers need to
unsuccessful, so
locate
they were
and
able to bring
defuse
it back,
bombs.
and it's been just a back and forth battle pretty much all throughout this map, all tied up at 3-3. Map 1 did go over to Ferocity eSports, though. They were able to take that one on border 5-2. The deciding map, if it goes there, is Cafe. And boy, Cafe is definitely one of those maps where it just comes down to the strategy and execution. So let's see what happens here, if we'll see it or not.
Seconds left before
Interesting
insertion.
enough, they're doing what they did last time. They're playing for that free entry, so
5
they
seconds to go.
pretty much say, we don't care if you come into this attic, but we're trying to stop you from once you get
Attackers
inside the
recovered
tower.
the bomb diffuser. Attackers are moving
I
out
hope
to
they're not
locate
going
a
to
bomb and
leave Dave
defuse
off
it.
site. Obviously, being the smoke, he probably shouldn't
Attackers
be.
bomb diffuser has been dropped.
Wow, it has been 10 seconds, and King Leo has already gotten the first pick. He put some aggressive play down on that front door, and there is no more Thatcher. That is actually huge. If Bandit was able to communicate this, or they were able to communicate this to their Bandit, the Bandit could get up there and Bandit charge that, and they could never get inside of that without taking control of meeting. So I actually think that's a crucial loss for them this round.
Well, let's see if they can recover for it. I mean, they obviously have some fragging power to do something about it, regardless of whether or not they have the typical strategic advantage. But it depends on if Ferocity gives them the opportunities to take advantage of that.
Right, they did bring the Capital again, even though they know it was basement. I still like that. I'm a personal believer that you should bring Capital on this map. When you're going to push for that plant, you can easily use a fire arrow into that little closet, and then you can fire arrow the laundry house and watching it all the way out. It's pretty much a free plant. So let's see if they execute that properly.
Deploying sensor.
King Leo is up inside of this attic. They do have back tower control though also.
I like that angle Leo's using. It's something we saw Yellow on Lunatic doing a lot to guard the meeting hall, and I think it worked pretty well most of the time.
Like that, we're about to see it busting down some barbed wire, so they know he's there. Jaeger gives his position away. Why did you fire? There was nothing going on. Bolo, the easy pick once he hears them. You can't be exposing yourself to people of this caliber, and that's an easy trade. So now it's all tied up, 4-4 with 1 minute and 5 remaining in the round 7.
Drone activated.
Hana still has 2 Habana charges left. But see, just like we talked about, they're not going to be able to get anything going on, so that Mira is going to stay alive. The lack of Thatcher is going to keep those bandit charges alive. There's pretty much nothing they can do about it.
Definitely an important operator to not lose early.
Moss pretty much playing right here in this laundry for some intel, so he's calling out that they're using off those fire arrows just like I called. But Billboard able to get a pickup on a Dave, Bolo able to get a pickup on a Trip, and Santa though getting a C4 back onto Benji. But it's 3-2 now in favor of Hat, and they've turned this round around, but they still have to get the plant. It's only 20 seconds left. Santa Fe still able to sit in here.
Changing back.
15 seconds remaining. Attackers have recovered their
backs, and I
diffuser.
believe they heard
Attackers have located a
Santa
bomb.
does a good job of getting the kill, but Moss
Attackers
gets the kill on the front side.
dropped the diffuser.
It's
10
all
seconds
on
remaining.
Louise, and Santa gets the triple kill. It should have been Hat's round, but FE took it right back from him, and that puts them in lead 4-3, and now it's match point in favor of Ferocity.
I like the hold there because that was a situation where the numbers were in the advantage of the attackers. They knew the attackers were going to be pushing heavy and hard and fast because there's only 20 seconds left, and just holding their ground steady is what won them that round. Ferocity not getting overly nervous or panicked, just knowing that they have the defensive advantage because there was, like you said, no Thatcher. They weren't able to get the X Kairos on the wall or anything. They just held it tight and won it, and that's really what mattered at the end. So now it's going to come down to whether Hat can defend this room again, having lost it last time. So Ferocity have shown they can win this. If they can win this, then they're going to take it home, winning both maps today. If Hat can bring it back, which I do think there's a possibility, although they're changing up priorities in weird ways, then there's a chance that they could bring this to overtime.
I really think it's going to require them switching something up because clearly Ferocity has figured out how to attack this, as you mentioned. But we could quite simply see a 2-0 sweep and a brand new #1 team coming out into the CCS here. Looking like the acquisitions of Moss and Dave paying off big for this
10
FE
seconds
roster.
remaining. 5 seconds.
Bring up the scoreline real quick. King Leo 9-4 in this one. Moss 7-4. Santa 6-4.
Recovered the bomb.
They're doing a fantastic
Attackers'
job. Of
objective
course,
is to
Bolo
locate a
slaying
bomb and
heavily.
defuse it.
10-5. Wee's doing a great job himself, doing 7-5. Benji still struggling to find his way currently in the CCS. We are 15 seconds into this first round. They are still doing the same meeting hold as before. Bolo is on Rome, and I'm going to jump on board with him and see what he can do. Dave able to spot him out on that drone. They're going to be pushing in from the dining door. It's already open. So he knows he's there, and a big pre-fire coming out from Bolo. He gets a couple bullets, but not any damage at all really off. Ooh, but a nice little headshot on to Dave. He tries to pinch him from the classroom, but a good heads-up play by Bolo. So he has 11 total now. He is on drone.
It's going to be hard to stay alive.
It's going to be very hard. Ooh, and just like that, Ashley Moss able to pick it. Oh my gosh, and he takes down Hyper. A little congestion coming through. He pushes through the rotate. He was in meeting on Campiera and pushed through the hole that he made into that pantry, but it didn't do much because he was able to get the kill, and now it's 4v3 match point in favor of FE, and they could take it all right here, Emzo.
Man, I wonder if what would happen if Bolo and Moss were on the same team.
It would be quite nutty. He's holding that tight little laundry basket. A lot of people trying to say, ooh, and wow, another kill coming out from Vinci, and I don't understand why they're not using Jaeger. I honestly think that is the biggest problem that they have right now. Is they don't have a Jaeger. How can they stop any of these
bomb
grenades?
has been located.
And I think that's what lost them this round personally. I mean, 2 times in a row they got destroyed by grenades. You have to have Jaeger.
Attackers activating
It's
the
an irreplaceable op.
I have to say, FE have gotten the most grenade kills I've seen in a match in a while. Like, I think they're up to 3 or 4 grenade kills so far in this match. Like, they're just good at cooking and throwing grenades. I mean, maybe it's the lack of Jaeger, like you said, but I don't know. I gotta give them credit for that. That takes practice.
Yeah, they've done a good job on getting him, but I truly believe you wouldn't be seeing nearly as many frag grenade kills if there was a Jaeger on their team. It's one of the few operators that is an irreplaceable tool. Good headshot coming out from my Billboard. Actually, Billboard able to get the double kill. He downs him.
Oh, can he wheeze it?
Wow, he downs another one. Should have got the kills for the stat line because he's not going to get this bomb defused.
Defenders have located the
GG's going
Attackers have located a
into
bomb.
Ferocity, and they
Attacker
came out
mission
and they
successful.
showed why they are a professional team. And they took that one, and they took map 1.
So I'm curious to see what happens the next time these guys fight, whether or not both teams are going to study it and learn. Obviously, there's less reason for the winning team to study, so it's going to be on Hat to figure out why they lost some of those and managed to lose 2 maps, not even take it to map 3. But as you said, FE, they're coming in as a Pro League team, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. I mean, I am a little nervous to see the Challenger League teams try and fight off against some of those Pro League teams just because, you know, sometimes there's a bit of a skill gap. But I agree with you that Ferocity seem to have really picked up their game. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they do this coming season.
Yeah, I'm very impressed. Like I said, I've been scrimming them a lot recently, and they have improved tremendously over the last 2 weeks. Originally coming into this, I was going to slightly favor Hat, but FE proven that if you put the time in, no matter the amount of roster changes, if you pick up the right people, you can be successful. So a very good job by them. But I still also want to say very good job to Hat. Almost all of these was very close. Lots of fragging power and some interesting strats coming out from them. But the power of Ferocity just a little bit too much on this one.
Definitely a good match, though.
Yeah, that was very
Enjoyed
exciting.
it,
I
though.
love seeing it when we get to go to you know, to all the distance like that. You know, we didn't get the overtime, but we've seen so many frags. It just seemed like there was a lot more action than we normally get to see. So very exciting, very fun. But I believe that is all for us today. I'm getting word that on the off stream, I think Equinox won. Equinox, however it's pronounced. So good job to them. They moved to 2-1. Ferocity moved to 3-0, and Hat moved to 2-1. We will be back on Wednesday with the next set of matches for this week 3 matchup. I am Fluffy, that's Emzo, and I think that's all for us today. So thank you very much for stopping in and hanging out with us, guys. And yeah, I think that's it for me. What about you, Emzo?
Hell of a first 2 weeks, man. I'm looking forward to how this keeps going from here. So many good teams, and obviously I'm going to be casting some matches that don't involve Hat, so I'm looking forward to those as well.
All right, well, you heard it here. Until next time, guys, thanks for stopping in and watching some CCS action. I'm Fluffy, that's Emzo, and you guys have a good night. Thanks.